Don, these are questions I want to ask you that we get asked all the time.
Over 15, 16 years. You know, by the way, there's like some people say, is it 15, 16, 17 years? It's actually 17 years that we've had the show. We like to say 16 because our first shows were kind of small. I don't know if you count them as real shows. But over the years, it has grown.
Can you tell me what businesses are in the show?
Businesses in the show, as I'd mentioned earlier, they range from anything from hotel industry, gas oil industry, pipeline companies, companies that transport water, a lot of law firms, almost anybody directly or indirectly in business in Washington County and beyond. We've had people in the show that are all the way from Baltimore, all the way from Boston come into the show. We have a fire-resistant company that has manufacturing plants in Canada in the show. So we have a wide spread of any type of business from Texas to Canada.
That's great. What is the time?
Time of the show, for the last 15 years, we've done it the same way because it works. You can come in as early as 7 o'clock in the morning, and most of the vendors come in between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, and we have coffee. We have a sponsor that helps, you know, offset the cost of the. Actually, there's no cost to the vendors for coffee and donuts, and this is a chance to set up and meet other vendors. And this goes from about 8 o'clock until noon. So it's a handshake, meet your vendor, meet your neighbor, meet the other 170 that are in the show, get a chance to swap leads, swap ideas, and set up a co-partnership program where maybe a company is a moving van company, and they're the first to hear that a vendor's moving into Southpointe. At that point, they would notify the copy machine company, who might talk to the office sales, office furniture sales company. So it's a networking group that starts relating to each other.
So many businesses want to know how many exhibitors are going to be at the show.
Our last show had 170. We're shooting for 200 in this show.
Okay, and when do we break down?
Breakdown, let me finish. At noon, the general public is invited in, and how do they know about the show? They're on a radio program. Froggy Radio is one of our vendors that talks about the promotion through a community service announcement. We have the week of the show. We have signs that are on Southpointe Boulevard to remind everybody in Southpointe, and there's 7,000 employees in Southpointe, reminding everybody that there is a show on Thursday. They're invited at noon. This is a chance for them to break for lunch, come in here, walk around through the show, and basically that goes from noon until about 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock we have a little cocktail party, and that's when the vendors actually break down and head on out.
Okay. People are get leads from this show.
How to get leads, I touched on that a little earlier, but basically there are two ways of getting leads. One, of course, is if you are a vendor, you have a fish bowl, you give away a gift, and you can give away anything from ink pens to vacations in the Caribbean. It actually was given away one year. And figure on about $20 to a $50 budget, have a little item on display on your table, have a fish bowl, and the people passing through can drop their business card in that. That's how you'll generate a nice lead list of everybody that's in the show. But also, vendor to vendor, we do a printout of all the people that are in the show so that you can contact one another. And that's kind of an exclusive list. It doesn't go out to the general public. It only goes to the vendors that are in the show.
Okay, great. People also want to know what the agenda is throughout the day.
Agenda throughout the day, well, basically throughout the day you're going to have guest speakers that are going to talk. Don't put a lot of emphasis on that because most people are walking around looking at the booths. They're not really listening to speakers. Sure. We will have workshop breakouts if people want to do that. In addition to that, we have government officials walking through. We have our congressman, our senator usually stops in, our mayor usually stops in. These are the people that walk through the show, and top executives at Southpointe, because you have your 5 major companies: Chesapeake, Consol, Range Resources, who else? Mylan, all of those people are here right at Southpointe. They're walking distance pretty close to the show. That's what makes this show unique. We're right in the middle of the action.
Right. One of the most common questions is, what do I wear?
You know, it's funny, but that is one of our phone calls, especially the ladies want to know what to wear. Guys wear what we're wearing now, but certainly guys come in golf shirts with the names of their companies on it. Works out very nicely. We call it business casual. The ladies, a lot of them dress up with suits. A lot of them just wear nice blouse with their company name embroidered on it, and that seems to work pretty good.
Okay. Now, do people have reserved parking spaces?
No, there are not any. There's no valet and there's no reserved parking spaces, but there are 700 spaces out front here, so it's free parking. Parking is not a problem here because the hotel is already set up, as Robin stated earlier, that they've had as many as 800 here for sit-down dinners and had plenty of parking for everybody.
Okay. I'm not sure I want to go. Tell me other reasons I should register, Don.
One reason, yeah. What makes this show different than other shows? That's really the question we're asking. And for the price, which is $400 for a table, if you're a corporate sponsor, it's $2,000. Why would I be in this show over other shows? Several reasons. One, it is the biggest show in terms of vendors, all in under one roof, one day, in an 8-hour day. Two, in addition to being in the show, your company's listed for the year as a participant in the show. The printout is given to all the other people in the show, which everybody uses as well. We're doing videos that day, so we'll actually walk around and be going from booth to booth. You may or may not be in the video, but there's a good chance you will be. Sure. And then if you send your logo in to logo@southpointe.net, we'll put your logo on our website for the year as well.
Oh, good.
So you're getting exposure beyond the show. You're becoming a member of the chamber, and certainly we get phone calls, people asking everything from what company do I use for a copy machine. We right away go to that vendor list. These are the members of our chamber. These are the people you want to call first.
Okay, great. Last and probably one of the most important questions is, how do I get my company in the show?
How do you get in the show? Very simple. We automated it this year. We used to use a form and you fax it in. Now you go online, and the shortcut, if you want to cut to the chase, shopsouthpointe.net.
Okay.
You can click on it, and with shopsouthpointe.net, you'll be able to actually click on the $400 table, or if you want to be a corporate sponsor, $2,000 table, and you'll actually fill out the form, use your credit card information. If you don't want to have a credit card and you want to bring a check, just pull down the little window that says COD. Fill that out. You'll be in good shape there.
Excellent.
If you want additional information about the show before you go to shopsouthpointe.net, you would go to southpointechamber.com, and on southpointechamber.com you will click, well, you've already done that if you're watching this video.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, covered that already. So if you're watching this video, you've already gone there. You've gone to southpointechamber.com.
Okay, excellent. Sounds like you covered all the bases, Don. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much for having us.